Hi, all of you. So, in yesterday's class, we discussed about what is the right line statement, using right line statement, how to print the message, all these things we discussed. Now, in today's class, we are going to discuss more in detail about all these things. So, as we discussed in yesterday's session, console is a class which contains all input and output related methods. Console is a class which contains all input and output related methods, and WriteLine is a method which is used to print the given message. So WriteLine is a method which will print the given message, and cursor will move to next line. Cursor will move to next line automatically. So that's why when you are trying to print one more line, say console.WriteLine, WriteLine, it is showing good day. When I'm giving one more statement, what is the output it is going to display? Means hello world is going to display in one line, good day is going to display in another line, and in the third line, it will show press any key to continue. Let's see. So in the same way, WriteLine is also used to print any variable value also. Till now I didn't discuss about variable, but if I want to print any variable value, then also I'm going to use this. See, output it is showing both are in two different lines, right? In the same way, one more is also there. WriteLine generally we are going to use, but along with the WriteLine, we are having one more. Let me comment this. Right. What this write will do is, write is also a method of console.write console, which will print the given message, and cursor will stay in same line. Very important. Now if I run, all are going to print in one line. Cursor won't move automatically. Sometimes we have to use WriteLine, sometimes we have to use write. And again, my personal suggestion, don't by heart this command part. Try to understand differences, because going forward, so many methods we have to learn. Everything program wise, if you people remember, then in a proper situation, you can't recollect all these things. So always try to understand the nature of that command. So I'm going to uncomment this. So console.WriteLine is used to print the given message, and cursor will move to next line automatically. Now, I don't want to write this in two different lines. I want to write it single line, but I want to print in multiple lines. How I can do that? Instead of writing two lines, I can write in one line. Where exactly you want in the next line, there you can put an escape sequence called /n. So what will happen? Hello world will print in one line and good day will print in another line. /n indicates new line. Always when you are writing something, there any backward slash came, immediately your compiler will think that you are writing some escape sequence. Keep remember, in today's session only, again I'm going to ask this question. So when you are trying to print or when you are trying to assign something or anything, anywhere in your data, if any backward slash came, then obviously it will think that you are trying to give some escape sequence. Okay, so in this escape sequence, /n escape sequence is used to print, means wherever you are given /n, from that line onwards it will move to next line. In the same way, we are having one more that is called slash t, which is used to get one tab gap. N is for new line, where you had given, from that onwards it will move to next line. Whereas one tab gap means how you set that tab length, whether it is 5 or whether it is 7, based on your system tab gap, how much it is, that you will get. See, one tab gap you will get. Next, so almost all these things I'm going to print using write or write line. Now also this write line is used to print a variable value. What is meant by variable? What is meant by variable? Variable is a temporary storage location which can hold a value. Variable is a temporary storage location which can hold a value. That means, why I said a temporary location, always if I'm declaring some variable and if I'm storing that value, some value into that variable, that particular variable value will be hold till you are in that program. Again, that is also I can't say exactly why, because so many different types of variables are there. Means I'm saying all the types, but each one, when that topic came, I will explain. One is class variable, second one is mm, local variable, third one is block variable, and the fourth one is namespace scope. Means you can say class scope and local scope and block scope and namespace scope. Like that, different types of scopes are there, where you are declaring the variable. Based on that, the corresponding scope is going to be allocated for that. So now you are declaring a variable a here and you are assigning some value. You are declaring a variable a here and you are assigning some value. Now where you are declaring, where you are assigning this value, inside this method, right? So inside a method, whatever variables you are declaring, all these variables scope is local scope. Local scope means till you are in that method, that variable for that variable memory is there and some value will be there. Once you come out of that method, whatever scope is allocated for that, that is going to be removed by your garbage collector. Actually, I didn't explain about the .NET framework in detail. Means not now. In some weekend session, I'm going to explain what is CLR, what is garbage collector, all these things I will explain. But generally, what is the role of this garbage collector means, once our usage is over, then whatever memory is allocated for that, that is going to be removed automatically by this garbage collector. Whether if it is a method or a constructor, whatever it is. Okay, I will explain roles and responsibilities of that garbage collector in detail in our upcoming sessions. But the 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 method inside whatever variables you are defining, those are comes under local scope. You, if you are in that main method, then that variable scope is there. Once you leave that method, then whatever scope allocated for that is automatically going to be destroyed. And why it is throwing error? Here I gave properly a is equal to 50. But why it is throwing error? Because I didn't define the variable. I mean, in our starting class, I explained C# is a strongly typed programming language. That means whatever variables you are going to use, all the variables you have to define. Without defining the variables, you can't use that. Without defining the variables, you can't use that. Here also, I'm defining my variables as integer, float, char, string, like that. So many data types are there. That means if I'm using any variable in my C# code, then first I have to tell why I'm using that program, why I am using that variable. Suppose, see, you are going, you want to attend some sessions in some college. Then first, what you have to do? You have to register in some course. Then only you can attend that class. I mean, you have to register into that corresponding course. So you want to store you want to store some string value. So you want to store some string. Here I'm storing RAM. So if I want to store RAM, my variable should be the corresponding type. Suppose I want to attend digital marketing classes. Then what I have to do? I have to join in digital marketing. Or if I want to attend data science class, then I have to join in data science class. Then only I can attend that class, right? Same thing, if you want to store a string, then your variable should be declared of that specific type. So if you want to store a number, then you have to declare your variable of that type. Like that, we are having so many data types and so many conversion types all are there. I will discuss all those things in our next session. So here I'm going to declare one variable string name equal to Vamsi. Okay, now what is the use of this WriteLine? WriteLine is used to print message, okay, and it is also used to print a variable value. It is also used to print a variable value. That means what? When you are declaring some variable as string and you store some value, and if I want to print that value, I can use console.WriteLine. WriteLine. And this time, if I give name, then name is going to print directly. Name is going to print directly. See, Vamsi is printed. But I want to print hello. After that, that name I want to print. Now, what I want to do? First, I'm giving hello in double quotes, and name is also there. To combine these two things, I can give plus. To combine this variable and that message, I'm going to use plus. So here, plus is acting as a concatenate symbol. Here, plus operator is acting as a concatenate symbol. Okay, so if I want to combine a variable plus message both and print together, then also I can use WriteLine. You can use write also. Now, what is the output you are getting? Hello, Vamsi, you will get. See, hello, Vamsi. This is also working fine. Then I want to print more variables. Here, one variable already it's there. Suppose more number of variables are there. String quotes equal to, I gave SQL server and string institute equal to Naresh IT. I gave all these things. Now, here I'm giving, I want to print a message like Vamsi, you are joined in SQL server course in Naresh IT. Some message I want to print. Naresh IT Institute. Okay. So, how to print this message? See here, one message and one variable. So, directly you are printing. So if I want to print this console.WriteLine, first Vamsi name came. Vamsi name is available in that name variable plus again double quotes you are joined in again plus SQL server is available in course variable course plus uh, again course in course at inst plus institute. So like this you have to combine, but this is little difficult. If it is single one, how you can print easily? If it is more number of variables, then it's very difficult. This syntax is very difficult. Then what is the solution for that? After means initial syntax is this, later they added some more enhancement. What? Console.WriteLine, I want to print a message like 0, you are joined in one course at 2 institute. Something I had given. Now in that 0th parameter place, in that 0th argument place, I want to pass name. And in the first argument place, I want to pass course. In the second argument place, I want to pass institute. This is the other syntax. Both output is same, but the way of writing is different. So this is called arguments passing. Arguments passing. That means nothing, you are not using plus double quotes, nothing. In that double quote, everything you are putting. Everything you are putting. But in the place of 0, that replace with comma after first variable. Comma after first variable means this. In the place of 1, next comma after variable. In the place of 2, next comma after variable. So how you are giving, in the same way parameters also it will take. Okay, this is second syntax. Third syntax, even this is also somehow little difficult. Why? If you are change the order, then the output completely it is going to wrong. Then they introduced one more syntax called string interpolation. Then for that, what you have to give means dollar we have to give starting. Dollar we have to give starting. And directly in place of 0, directly mention name. You are joined in course at institute. That's it. See, this is very easy compared to the first two. See, all are showing same output, but the way of writing is different. So compared to first one and second one, the third one is very easy. So going forward, many areas we are going to use this syntax. Sometimes we have to bind some message and variables. Sometimes my variables count will be around 8 or 10 like that. In that case, the first two syntaxes are very difficult. When in that situation, the third syntax will plays a major role. That too when you are working with DB operations. And in the database table is having 20 columns. Then for that, you want to write an insert command or update command. In that case, this syntax will use us a lot. So any questions from this, or shall I move to next? All these three syntaxes are clear for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm moving to next. Okay. Then, see, if anyone is not clear, please ask. Don't sit ideal, because later, maybe you will think all these are very small topics. But later, When I start using all these things, you may feel little difficult if you are not understanding all these things. Okay. Now, how many times I execute, always my program output will show same thing. Why? Because I am giving static values to these variables. I'm giving static values to these variables. See, Vamsi, SQL Server, or Naresh IT, all these are standard things. So even 1,000 times you execute, also same output you will display. I don't want like this. I want to give other student details also at runtime, not here. Compile time, I don't want to give these values. When you are executing your program, at that time, I want to provide student name, course, institute and all. That means how to read the data. Printing is okay. Different ways of printings we understood. Then how we are going to print the data, how we are going to read the data is a read line. Write line is used to write something in the console window. Read line is used to read something from the console window. Let's see. Console.writeLine, enter name, comma, course, comma, institute. All these things I had given. Enter name, course, institute, all these details I had given. So instead of giving name equal to Vamsi, I'm giving console dot read line. So what is the use of read line? Read line is used to read a line of data and returns in the form of string. Returns in the form of string. Same thing here. Instead of giving static data, console dot read. Same thing for Naresh IT also. Instead of this, console dot read line. Done. So two things we learned. Read key also we know. Yesterday we discussed. And second one, read line, which is used to read complete line of data. Till you press enter, how much data you are entering, all the data it will take. Now run. See, it's asking the question. Enter name, course, institute. Name, Surya, course, C Sharp, and institute, Naresh. So I gave this information. So here it's showing, see, Surya, you are joined in C Sharp course at Naresh Institute. So like that, dynamically, suppose when I'm executing the application, if I gave some other value, that value result it is going to display. Like that, what values you want, that values you can give it here. What values you want, that you can give it here. Okay, this is also done. Now everything is working fine. And see, enter your name means the name may be a simple word like Sony, or the name may be, see, observe carefully, it's going to take everything. Till you press enter, even next line also no problem. Till you press enter, it will take. Next course, ABC course, and institute, XYZ institute. So when you observe the message, hello, all that thing, see, whatever you had given, all that thing it will take. See here onwards, all that thing it will take. You joined in ABC course and XYZ institute. That means what? Whatever information, till you press enter, whatever information you had given, all that information is stored in that name. Don't think that one word or two word. If you declare a variable as a string type of data, till you press enter, how much data you are going to give, all the data it's going to take. Okay, done. Next, I will take another program. How to add one more program? Right click on your project add one more class. This time my program name I'm giving as second. From next program onwards, the complete skeleton you won't get. Second. Some namespaces and class only you will get. Now if you observe your namespace, what you got? Sample. Yesterday we changed the default namespace name as sample, right? So you got sample. Static void main. And here I'm printing console.WriteLine second. Now I want to see this program output. It will throw error. Let's run this program. Why it is throwing error? If you go to down error message, program has more than one entry point defined. But where I defined entry points? Only one main is there, right? But no, more than one main is there. In this second class, one main is there. In this program class, one main is there. Two mains are there. So, see, normally you are going for a movie. So you purchased 200 rupees ticket, and for the 200 rupees ticket, if you go inside, the entry points around 3 or 4 are there. You don't know exactly through which entry point you have to go. Otherwise you joined in some course, then Naresh team send you 4 links. Which link you have to join you don't know, then obviously what you will do, you will ask Naresh team that in which link I have to join, right? Same thing here also it is saying. So but actually I am running second program, right? Means yes, you are running second program. So your intention is to execute this second program only, but that you have to tell to your C# compiler that my intention is to execute this only. But ma'am, previous you won't get this error, means previous you won't get. See, if Naresh team send you only one link to join, will you ask Naresh team which link should I join? No, because only one link is there, then obviously you can join. If they are sending more than one link, then only you will ask in which link I have to join, right? Same thing here also. So if in your project, if only one static void main is there, then no problem, you can it will execute automatically. But if you are having more than one main, then you have to ask, you have to tell your C# compiler that which program now you have to execute. How you have to specify? Again, that is project properties. Properties. Here, see here, you have to specify that. That means going forward, whatever programs we are doing, for all the programs I have to change this, means yes, we have to. Now if I run, see, second output is coming. Next. Now string 5 path equal to, I'm storing my file path, C:/program files / net path / abc / text document .txt. Now, when I'm giving this, okay, programs folder / text.txt. Now, why it is throwing error? Anyone? I gave correct thing, right? This type of paths will be there. Why it is throwing error? Anyone?
Maybe the document doesn't exist.
No. First of all, I'm not checking, right? Just I'm giving that path just before I explained.
We need to give double slash because a backward slash it takes as the escape characters.
Yes, very good. When you are giving, just before I explained in this program, whenever you are giving backward slash, it will takes as an escape sequence. So in that case also, if you observe, the error is showing in this area and this area, but the error is not showing in this and this. Why? Slash and escape sequence is there, right? So it is thinking that you are giving slash n escape sequence. Here slash t escape sequence is there, that's why it is not showing error. But actually slash p escape sequence is not there, that's why in those two lines only it is throwing error. If I place mouse there, see, unrecognized escape sequence, it is throwing the error also, unrecognized escape sequence. So very very important when you are giving backward slash, and if it is not an escape sequence, two things are there. Either you can either you can define this as double backward slash. Then don't think that here it's not showing error, so I will leave. No, if you leave this, how it will take means from that line on, from that word onwards, it will move to next line. So always escape sequence, always it will treated it as an escape sequence. So double backward slash you have to give. Or you can define that in a single forward slash. That is also valid. You can define that as a single forward slash. Or one more way, before that if you give at the rate symbol, before that if you start with at the rate symbol, then it won't throw any error. It will think that inside that whatever you had given, everything is not an escape sequence. You are giving some path. Always paths should be decorated with at the rate symbol. Keep remember, whatever syntaxes I'm saying here, going forward, even if you are learning ASP.NET Core also, regular expressions when you are giving, you have to use at the rate symbol. So this root is this, whatever you are learning here, this is common for all advanced courses also. Now let's print all these values. Console.WriteLine, file path 1, file path 1, and console.WriteLine, file path 2, and console.WriteLine, file path 3, file path 3. Now run this program. So it is going to show all the paths normally. Even this path also it will opens. This path also it will opens. Even if you give forward slash also it will open. Okay. So three different ways are there. Which one you want to follow? Your wish. Next. Clear? Any questions? I'm moving to next. Now, how to read strings and all, it's clear. In the same way, if you want to read some integers and all, let's see, addition. Now all these namespaces are not required now. So when I want to select addition in this properties, console demos properties, you won't get. Why you are not getting in this? Because in this addition, no static void main is there. If you are having an entry point, then only you can choose, right? So static void main. You had given this. Now go to this console demos. Go to this console demos. Here I'm selecting addition program. Here I'm selecting addition program. Now in this I'm going to console.WriteLine, enter any two numbers. enter any two numbers. Now, obviously numbers means integers I will take. A equal to convert dot, sorry, console dot read line. And same thing, B is equal to console dot read line and C equal to A plus B. And console dot write line result equal to plus C. I'm going to print. So all these things are okay, but why it is throwing error here? What I said about WriteLine is used to read a line of data in the form of string. If you don't believe this, go to the readline method. Go to readline method. See, this readline method, what it is returning? It is returning a string. Readline method is returning a string. So here, this readline is going to read a string, and that string it can't able to store in an integer. So error what it is showing, if you go down here, it is showing error as cannot implicitly convert the type string to an integer. Cannot implicitly convert the type to an integer, string to an integer, because readLine is a method which will reads the data in the form of string. So other than string, this side your variables are any other type, then you have to convert into specific type. How? So convert dot, but what is the conversion type for this? Every time I can't by heart all these things. What is the other way is right click on this integer, go to definition. This int is coming from int 32 structure, right? So what you have to give here, convert dot to string, sorry, to int 32. That's it. That means, ma'am, like for each and every data type, there is separate conversion types means, yes, obviously, convert dot to int 32 of. Okay. Suppose if you declare your variable as float x, then for this x, if I want to read the data, convert dot, what I have to give for this float, what is the type? Single. Even if you go there also, you will get the same thing. So to single console dot read line. See, always try to find out the simple ways to recollect all, because all these things are very difficult in the initial stage to remember. So where we have to find out the types also, try to understand. Convert dot to till this common for everyone, common for everything. But after that to what we have to give based on their type. Here this int is coming from int 32. So I had given int 32. And this float is coming from single. So to single I had given like that. Okay. So any questions from anyone? From my side, everything is over. From your side, if any questions, please ask. Padmaja, have you received a video? Yesterday you asked.
No, ma'am. I couldn't write an email to them.
Okay.
I'll write today.
Okay. Please go through with all these things, almost how to read the data, print the data, almost all concepts I explained. And in our next session, what is stack and heap, and what are the data types are available, and what are the conversion types are available, how size is going to occupy, all these things we will discuss in our next session. Okay. Anyone till now is not installed Visual Studio, please install this and start doing these programs. So no questions, right? Okay then. Bye, all of you. Thank you.